Hey, Goat Gang. So we're going to now show you the basic thing, which is knit, because we're getting requests from, I want to learn how to knit from the very beginning. So we've taught you the cast on, and now that you've got the needles or the stitches on your needle, now it's time to knit. So Carolina's got this little rhyme. We could say we made it up, but we didn't. It's a time-tested rhyme that frankly doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's the one that seems to do the trick. So we've got, I'm going to read it to you, and then I'll show you it in action. So in the front door, around the back, peek through the window, and off jumps Jack. Don't think too hard about the door, then becomes the window, and what's Jack doing and all that, but just come up with a rhyme that you can say to yourself each time. All right, so here we go. In the front door, this is your stitch, in the front door, around the back, peek through the window, and off jumps Jack. I'm going to do several more for you. In through the front door, around the back, peek through the window, and off jumps Jack. All right, this time I'm not going to say the rhyme, but I'm going to say a few little tips that I have for doing this. So, in the front door. Now, a lot of times I get asked, their stitches fall off, you put them back on, did I put them on the right way? My little trick is, if you think of this as the finish line, the end of your needle is the finish line of a race, and these are two legs sitting on, racing towards there. The front leg is the one that's going to win the race, not the back leg. This one is slightly ahead of that one, which also makes it easier to go into your stitch. If it was on my stitch, on my needle that way, that's harder. And that's not the front leg winning the race. That's the one in the back. So I put it back on there that way. Another little tip I have is I'm going in the front door and I'm wrapping it this way. I've got good tension in my hand. That comes with a little bit of practice, so don't be hard on yourself if you don't have that. But I've got it wrapped around my fingers, and then I grab this needle. So you can see that it's not a death grip, but there's some tension on here. So that when I go through here, when I go to pull it through, I've got that tension here, so this isn't all floppy and isn't flying off the end of the needle. So those are a few tips I have. All right, let's do some more with the rhyme. In the front door, around the back, peek through the window, and off jumps Jack. I'm going to do some more, and you can watch me because I want to show you what happens when new knitters start a new row. So in through there, around. Okay, and here's another opportunity for me to show you something. I go in here and notice I kind of grab that with this hand, which is what makes this hand free. A lot of times people kind of poke themselves in the stomach. That's perfectly fine. But I'm grabbing that with this hand here, and that's holding on to all of it while I'm wrapping. In the front door, around the back, peek through the window, and off jumps Jack. I have no idea who made this rhyme up. All right. People start to get a little nervous when they come to the last stitch. Do the exact same thing. In the front door, around the back, peek through the window, and off jumps Jack. Now, you've got all those done. This needle is now free. Now what? You just transfer hands. Now you take these stitches in that needle, put that in your left hand, take your right blank needle, empty needle in your right hand, and you go. Now this is what I want to show you, because we see a lot of knitting projects that start growing, they get wider. It's a good practice to maybe count your stitches when you're at the end of your rows for a while to make sure you still have the number that you intended to have. A lot of new knitters will take their yarn and they know that this yarn needs to be in the back, and they take it to the back by going over the top. You see what happens when I do that? That makes two legs with this. So now all of a sudden you're going to knit into this one and you're going to knit into that one, and you've made two stitches when you only needed one, and that's why your piece starts growing. So go push this down. Yes, this is a little bigger than the others, but that's okay. It'll work itself out. So it should have like a little bump just like the one next to it. So go in the front, around the back, peek through the window, and off jumps Jack. And you keep going. All right, let us know if you have any questions, and we're here to help you. Thanks for watching.